Jennifer Hendon. Together, we are Winey Women.
All right, so what are we drinking today, Jen?
So, Brick and Vine Pinot Noir.
Very good.
Yes. I chose this because I love the color of this label.
Okay, but we did something fun today.
Yes.
And we turned it into a sangria.
Yes, which I'm excited about. Excited to try that. So we're drinking sangria today.
We're drinking. Great.
So I'm excited about
What do you have in store for us?
my first time sangria. Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I feel like it needs sugar.
Really? Next time we should try it with the white. That might be a little sweeter.
So my husband said when we were at the store. And I argued with him. It's just what I do.
I'm just trying to make my
I know. So, today, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Which I feel like the whole world can benefit from.
Okay.
Because in this day and age,
Yeah.
especially in this day and age, it's hard to make friends.
Correct.
So, when it comes to making friends, how do you make friends?
Okay, that's a great question because I find that I'm actually pretty shy.
Really?
So, yeah, do you didn't feel that way about me?
Not even a little bit.
Really? Okay, no, I'm actually really shy. So generally, in our friend group, I let Steve make contact first.
Is he not the shy one?
Oh my gosh, no, he's the outgoing one for sure. Yeah. So
He
if
comes
we
over shy to me.
Yeah, so if we see a cool couple, like you and Danny, and we're like, oh my gosh, we want to be friends with them, I like send Steve and I'm like, Steve, go talk to them. And then Steve will like initiate the conversation, and then at some point in the conversation, like, you know, we hope to like hit it up with them and like make friends, but I always have Steve like make the initial contact.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty shy.
Okay.
But what about you?
So, my attitude towards friends is just, why not? You know, everybody, what I discovered early on is that a lot of people crave friendships. Not a lot of people want to put in the work.
Okay.
You have a lot of people who will say, hey, text me so we can hang out, or message me and we'll hang out, and then they never do, or you contact them and, you know, they just never get back to you. And so just shedding that fear and just constant disappointment with people is important, but also like in the process of trying and getting to know people and taking numbers and actually setting up, you know, coffee dates and wine dates.
Yeah.
In that you can meet such incredible people.
Yeah.
And, you know, you eventually find, you know, more people by just taking a step out there and not being afraid. You only live once. So just why not? If you see somebody who you think would make a good friend, why not?
Yeah.
You know, get their numbers, be like, hey, I'd love to do coffee with you. Or spark up a conversation. Maybe they could be your polar opposite and you realize in a couple of sentences that I do not want to hang out with this person. And that's okay too.
Yeah.
So
I think you're absolutely right, though, that it is getting over that initial fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that maybe that's where I feel like my shyness comes from. It's just like a little bit of fear of rejection. And so I would be, you know, mortified if somebody didn't, you know, accept my, you know, friendship. And so I think that's why I always let Steve kind of feel them out. And then if it seems like they're going to be cool with us, then I'm all in. And I can be a great little friend, but I'm usually not the one to make the initial contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say no to like hanging out with anyone. Like I agree with you, we should have, you know, all kinds of friends from different walks of life. But there's no one I can see myself like not being friends with, but I just am not the one to initiate. And I think that sometimes can come off like I'm standoffish or not nice, but really it's just I'm shy.
I think in the first years that I knew you, I remember thinking, okay, So this
I'm
girl,
scared. What's gonna
so
come out of
this
your mouth right now?
I want to be friends with her because she dresses really cool. But I felt like you hated me because every
Oh my
time,
gosh, no.
I don't know if I'm just like, just give her space. She'll come around.
Yeah, no, not true at all. Steve and I, from the second that we met you guys, were like, oh my gosh, they're such a cool couple. Like, we were looking forward to being friends, and it just didn't seem, I guess, like maybe the timing was right initially, but then, I know I had mentioned this actually one time, so I'm going to tell you this story real quick, but I remember telling you that there was like a moment that I wanted to like share with you. But I think I always like loved you guys and like wanted to get to know you better. It just didn't seem like we found the time to like kind of make that happen until you guys had already transitioned churches, and we were
like something different.
oh, what should I say? What would you call it?
No,
Okay.
when people say transition now,
Oh.
you think of like sexes.
Oh no, okay, you guys had
So my
already
hand
switched churches.
Off topic.
Yeah.
Go on.
And we didn't know where you guys went, and so then we had, made the decision in our hearts that it was time for us to, kind of go back to the church that we felt like home for us.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first Sunday that we went to the church that we are now attending, you guys got seated right behind us.
Yeah.
And I thought, like,
Crazy.
okay, this is totally a God thing because, we always wanted to get to know you guys, and I felt like now there's an opportunity with, like, less distractions, because you guys had a lot of connections with the previous church, and, like, here it seemed like,
Felt like
you
guys
weren't
had
going to have to share you guys anymore.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool moment for me, because I felt like, finally, I get to be friends with her.
So let's just say, so Steve goes up to a couple,
Yeah.
meets them.
It sounds
he's
so
like,
weird.
hey,
I feel like
I
it
have a
sounds
cool wife.
Not like we're trying to be
And
friends.
Danny, you have a cool wife. So then what's the next step?
Yeah, then I make my move. No, but I think we just see if we hit it off, and then most of the time I feel like we usually end up making group plans. Like Steve will end up being friends with the husband, and he'll make plans for us to have dinner with them. And then at dinner I try to bond with the girl, and then then we can start a friendship.
So what is
This does not sound like we're talking about friends anymore.
No, it sounds like we're setting up like a commune.
Yeah, we're not. But yeah.
Public miscommune.
Yeah.
So
That's how we have overcome my shyness, was the moral of the story.
okay. So then once you and the girl meet, then what happens if you totally you're like she's lame, or you're like I think she hates me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
Has that ever happened?
No, it hasn't. Or at least not. I mean, they might walk away feeling that way about me, but I haven't had that experience. And I think that I would just let nature take its course, and the relationship would probably just fizzle out. But I think for the most part, we are really looking to make connections with friends that are like-minded, and I think it's important too when you're married to make friends with other married friends.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard when you're married and you have a lot of single friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've just been looking to build really, deep relationship with people that we are hoping, last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. So what's the key to maintaining a friendship?
I think it's just, trying to keep in touch really in today's such, busy way. How life just gets busy, and so I think it's just really important that you make an effort to keep in touch. And I think also for me, what makes a difference for me is if friends show up for me in times of need. It's if you have a loss in your family or something. It's the friends that are checking in. Those are the real friends. I think even if you don't get to see them as much as you'd like, even if you're only able to see them once a year, it's the ones that are reaching out, the ones that remember your birthday, the little things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about for you?
I feel like maintaining contact.
Yeah.
Even something as small as just liking their posts.
Yeah.
So because people see that and people know that you're keeping up with them. There's a couple of friends that I have still from Indiana that I follow their posts regularly.
Yeah.
Just because I'm very interested in their life.
Yeah.
And I think that is a way, and also making time to hang hang out in person
Yep.
with people who you really value. Because, I think that there's different levels of friendship.
Yeah.
And with the people that are really important to you, I think it's really important that you make the time. Because if you don't make the time, then you're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because we're all busy.
Mm-hmm.
We're all, overwhelmed with stuff. We all have
Yeah.
families or other friendships.
Yeah.
And even there's some single people I know that they're just really busy.
Yeah.
They work constantly.
Yeah.
And they're doing other projects constantly. So, just because you're single doesn't mean you're not busy.
Right.
So in the busyness of our lives, just taking a chunk out and being like, okay, I need to spend time with a friend this week. Pick somebody and just do it. And even like making time for this podcast is something that is important to me.
Yeah.
And I really want to do. So I make time for it.
Yeah.
Even though right now I currently have 2 jobs.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
You have a job and you have stuff, but we make time for this.
Yeah.
You make time for what's important to you.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely.
And
I want to go back to your initial comment about, something as simple as liking people's posts. I think that's so good and true. I follow a lot of friends that way too, and try to show them support, that way. So I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you notice, like, if a friend doesn't like your posts?
Like back?
Yeah, or like, if you have a friend that like has like any post that you've made in the last like 6 months or something, like, do you notice that? Like, do you start to feel some type of way about that?
I think yes. But it's usually people whose posts I don't like. So like every once in a while, somebody will come to your head and you'll be like, I haven't heard from this person in a while, so you go to their posts.
Yeah.
Like, this person hasn't liked any of my posts in the past 4 months.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I didn't like theirs either because they're annoying. And
Yeah.
I put do not see now. Just so.
Are you an unfriender?
I would say yes.
Okay.
One of my friends who lives in Florida, she was telling me that sometimes with being a Christian, we feel like we have to be just accepting of everything and everyone and every situation.
Yeah.
And even when that comes to certain people annoying us online. Because I feel like it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Somebody's posts will annoy you. Somebody's, live feed is just too much.
Yeah.
That's happened to me before where somebody posted literally 50 stories a day.
Wow.
And it was like, at the beginning, you watch them, you want to be supportive, and then it's like,
Okay, this is too much.
yeah,
Yeah.
make yourself a podcast, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, do something.
Yeah.
This is,
So by the 50th post, were you just like unfriend? I've had enough.
yeah. But, this is another reason why I don't really Facebook too much. I Instagram a lot. I really enjoy my Instagram because I started later.
Yeah.
So I learned with Instagram, like, really only accept people that you want to see their life feed.
Yeah.
So all people I think on my Instagram are people that I genuinely love following. I love seeing their pictures. I love seeing their family stories. I love seeing their food. I'm a big food person. I love following food places.
That's funny.
So, but Facebook, on the other hand, is just a whole different game for me. I try to be nice. I try to be nice, and I try to not be on it a lot. There's a lot of just political stuff that I just try to.
For sure.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that.
Yeah. So if you see a post that you don't like, how likely are you to comment or reply?
Oh gosh, that is one of my number one vices is not commenting. Just because I kind of like to argue.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the banter and the argument, and I welcome it. And so whenever I see something, I'm just like, I've had to ban myself after a certain hour on Facebook. And then I've had to just, what's it called when you don't unfriend somebody, but you just don't see
Oh yeah, you
posts?
can hide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've had to hide a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just because I tend to veer towards negative, and so I struggle to maintain a positive attitude throughout my week, and so not following people who are extremely negative all of the time is important to my soul.
Yeah. I can agree with
So
that.
definitely an unfollower, not so much an unfriender, unless this person is just like I've had it. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a tendency to type back a post. I'll never send it. I'll delete it. I never hit send. I'm
cathartic.
too scared. It is actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Or just as an example, I had a cousin that posted a question that I had strong feelings about the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought about replying. I typed a reply. And then I decided to copy and paste that into a private message because I didn't want to get into it with her friends. I knew if I replied that people were going to be commenting on my comments, and I just was afraid to go down that path. So I sent it to her as a private message, and I said, don't want to get into it with your friends, but I do feel strongly about this, and here's my thoughts. And I shared it with her privately.
How did that come to a?
She agreed with me, which was nice, and told me that she appreciated the private message and that it was a good conversation. But I'm too scared to get into it, especially with strangers, or even friends, because I think, again, kind of circling back now to our first question about friendship is I have a really big fear of rejection. Mm-hmm. And so I don't want to, just for someone to not like me, even if I disagree with them, I don't feel like I can handle that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is good. This has been a nice conversation about friendship and social media.
Yeah, that's so interesting to me. I always find it very interesting with people who, are like that. It's very refreshing to me, just because I'm not like that.
Yeah.
So hearing that is just very
refreshing.
It's
good. I've actually seen some of your posts on Facebook, and I want to comment, you go, girl. But I'm, again, I'm too scared to get involved. But I sometimes I wish I had the courage to reply, and I think there is.
Gosh, don't encourage me.
I think that I am gonna and I'm trying to build myself up for that. I want to start putting myself out there a little more because I think that you find a lot of growth from from a place of being uncomfortable. But it's a time thing for me. I have to build myself up. I'm gonna have to work on that slowly. It's definitely not something that I've been able to just count and change.
Yes. So we hope that this helped.
Yeah.
With building, maintaining,
Yeah.
keeping friends.
Yeah.
Giving you some pointers.
I think that's such a great tip. Just a simple reminder of you simply liking your friend's post is a great way to show them support, even if you're not able to pick up the phone and have a lengthy conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for sharing with me. Yeah, that's good.
Well, cheers, friends.